What's up, nomads? Welcome to your new favorite travel podcast, Two Beers Till Takeoff, the podcast that delivers expert knowledge, the information you won't get in your guidebooks, and a story that's guaranteed to make you say, what the fuck, or your money back.
B, you know our episodes are free, right?
Hello and welcome to Happy Hour.
Hola.
I'm drinking a beer. You're drinking a beer.
Yes.
We're having a good time. It's happy hour. It's cheap drinks. Hope you're also drinking, unless you're driving.
Yeah, don't do that.
Please,
Uber.
please don't do that.
That's why we have Ubers nowadays. So yeah, this is actually a very impromptu happy hour. I guess I'm just gonna take the curtain away and unveil the backstage of how this shit works. We were supposed to be recording an episode, like a regular episode, but our guest kind of has some
Died. Heart attack. Right on the camera.
I was not expecting you to say that. Holy shit. Oh, God, I'm hot now. God damn. Yeah, so he's having some technical life difficulties. No, he's just having some technical difficulties, so we're waiting on him to get his stuff together. And so we're like, hey, well, since we're here, we might as well hit record and see what comes of it.
Yeah, in the recent, I don't know if you've heard this in the news, but in recent times, Canada's telecom industry, one of the major players in the telecom industry, has been hit. Who knows? Was it Russia? I don't know. Maybe. Was it some guy that accidentally snipped a cable that he shouldn't have? Probably.
Probably that, yeah.
Probably that. But yeah, Canada experienced a nationwide kind of blackout on that network. And the crazy thing is that Interact, like the debit card company, or what is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Interact. It's Interact. They use that company, and yeah, so like you couldn't use debit anywhere across Canada.
Oh shit!
So everybody was limited to credit or cash. I mean, who the hell has cash anymore?
Right. Not me. Fuck. Damn, man. You know what? It's just so crazy to think about, like, how fucked we would be if shit really hits the fan. You know what I mean? Like, internet goes down for a day and a half. Like, fires are started. Like, all this shit's happening. Like, what happens if, like, the grid actually goes down? We're so screwed.
Yeah. I'm actually proud of Canada because there was no, like, reported, like riots. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you saw in Sri Lanka, but, like, it's a little bit of a different and more intense story. But Sri Lanka defaulted. The country went bankrupt, and they like fucking they like rioted and like broke into the prime minister or president's residence and shit like that. But yeah, so I'm happy that Canada, like, obviously it was a lot less to a level where it was fucked up like Sri Lanka, but I think we reacted pretty well.
Yeah, and Roger was down for how long?
Like a weekend.
Oh damn.
Yeah, like the crazy. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then like Monday it came back, or some of it's come back.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see that NASA released the first images from the James Webb telescope?
Yes,
so
dude. I was
exciting.
watching a dude on TikTok explain like the picture itself, that there's like some ones that are like kind of smudgy, not smudgy, but like
curved,
yeah, and that they're like past the galaxy itself. I'm like, dude, like, talk to me like I'm a third grader. Like, I don't even know what that means. It's too much for my brain to compute.
And all of that type of stuff, dude. Like, I can sit and think about space type things for hours, especially if I'm high. I can sit there and entertain myself in my mind thinking about just how vast it is. It's so crazy though to think, like, when you look at it, like that first image I was posted on, not this morning but yesterday morning, I guess that doesn't matter for the podcast. But anyway, the first image was just like an image of a bunch of galaxies. And that's the one you're talking about with like the light is curved. Like you thinking about it, like we looking at that image, we are actually looking back in time. You know what I'm saying? So like
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, so what the reason why like we're looking back in time is because like the light that we're seeing in those pictures are from 13, like it took 13 billion light years to get to us. So the light that we're seeing is from 13 billion light years like years ago. You know what I'm saying? So like we are actually looking into the past.
Holy
so
shit.
Crazy, dude. Fucking mind blowing. Like when I first heard about that type of thing, I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson's podcast, and basically like, you know, the way that we would be able to look into our past, you know, what we were talking about on the Columbia episode where Austin was saying he wants to, his superpower would be to time travel, and we want to go back to see like how the pyramids would be made, right? Like technically we could do that. We would have to just travel far away enough that we could look back, you know, 10,000 years or however long back it was when the pyramids were getting built, and have the technology to actually look at the planet to see. Like, it's just fucking crazy, dude.
Alternate reality shit.
Yeah, man, it's wild. Super wild.
Have you ever watched Rick and Morty?
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite shows for sure.
It's so good, eh?
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. When you're talking there, I thought of Rick and Morty, which we both like,
Right.
and another one that's like a bit more futuristic. It's almost like stuff it could happen, and it's believable enough that, you know, it's futuristic, but it's believable enough that it's like scary.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Black Mirror?
I have, 1,000%. Yeah.
Oh my god! Like the earlier seasons are way underdeveloped, and you know, it's the classic, you know, do it British first, and then the US takes over and just makes The Office out of it. Man,
and it seems like we are so living. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
I was just gonna say it blows my mind. I take my time watching them because I'm like, it takes me like a month to like process one episode.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, we're seeing things that would happen in a Black Mirror episode. Like, especially these last like 2 years have been like huge Black Mirror episode. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of an example. It was something I saw that I was like, damn, this is just like a Black Mirror episode, but I can't remember it right now.
Well, there's the one of them, for example, that's, I guess, could be similar or something that could happen in the future is like that one. I don't know if you remember. It was the guy who was in Get Out.
Yeah, when he was in that room and
where they could or was it that one? Anyways, it was the one where they could like people could distort themselves so that you couldn't see them anymore. Was it his episode, or am I confusing myself?
No, the one with Get Out, that was the one where he was like in the room, and it was just it was like a 4x4 room, and it was just like surrounded by ads and
yeah. Okay, I'm confusing myself. So the episode was that people could distort themselves, so they could like essentially block you, but in real life.
Yeah.
And then you think of like Neuralink.
Yeah.
The company that, you know, Elon's creating.
Yeah. Fucking A, man.
Could that be possible? I don't know.
1,000%, dude. 1,000%. You know what? It popped into my mind the episode that I was thinking of. So I saw that I think it's Alexa is going to start using AI to replicate like dead family members' voices and stuff, so that when you use Alexa, that your late grandmother will be talking back to you. Like there was that episode where they were, you could put your dead relative or whatever into like a robot. I think it was a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That show is scary as fuck for sure.
Yeah, just because of how close it is to reality.
Yeah.
I think everybody listening to this right now is like, are they going to talk about it? And I got to ask you,
what's up,
Brennan, do aliens exist?
They have to. They absolutely have to. There's no no possible way that we exist and there's nothing else out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think
Yes.
about the first picture that was posted from the James Webb Telescope. The guy explained it that if you were to take 1 grain of sand, hold it at arm's length, that is the size that is basically the size of space that picture we were seeing was, right?
Yeah.
I'm explaining it, I'm butchering it, but like, but think about how many galaxies we saw just in that 1 grain of sand. You know what I'm saying? And
And that
that's
was just like one capture.
exactly,
Like
and that
there's
like
more.
in a very like tiny amount. There's that many galaxies that exist in that. So think about how many like in a galaxy, how many planets, how many, exoplanets, like all those things exist in just one galaxy versus trillions upon trillions upon trillions. There's absolutely no way that we are the only living organisms that exist. You know what I'm saying? And like when I think about aliens, I don't just think about like other sentient beings. Well, no, sentient means that like it's like they're not a robot or AI. So not other like life like us, like
Like
humans.
created.
You know what I'm saying? But I no, what I mean is like I don't I an alien really is just going to be any type of living organism that is just on another planet, right? So it might
Yeah.
not be a species that has written language and spoken language and able to jot down their history. And the crazy one thing I heard was like the brain itself named itself. Think about it like that. Like the brain actually named itself. You know what I'm saying? So like, so when we think of aliens, like yes, we think of things like us or things that have more intelligence than us. But if you just go to like the smallest amount of bacteria, that would be an alien. So if you go to another planet and you see a plant, that technically is an alien. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then if that
It's
plant
a living species
mold,
that's not on
exactly,
Earth. Yeah.
exactly. So technically,
Yeah, man,
yeah,
that's insane. Have you ever seen a UFO?
no, because I don't think that they've. Well, I've no, I have not seen a UFO. And I don't want to go out and say I don't think they've been here because what the fuck do I really know, right? Um,
Yeah.
but I don't think so. I remember there was this one time, it was like a year or two out of high school, and I was in this city called Emeryville in the parking lot of a Home Depot, and it was me and my friend Malcolm, and we looked up into the sky, and there was this like I can't really explain. I wish fucking cell phones existed at this time, but there was something in the sky that looked like it could have been like, have you ever seen those like blanket looking octopus type things? It's like it's
Yes.
considered an octopus, but it's like a net type looking type
Yeah.
of thing, right? That's the only thing that I could use to explain what this thing looked like in the sky. So it just kind of looked like it was like kind of a sheet kind of floating high in the air.
Was it fucking Aladdin?
It was not Aladdin, no. It wasn't a magic carpet, but it was something like that, right? And I remember Malcolm was like, what if, like, of course we're high as shit teenagers, like,
Yeah.
dude, what if that shit just disappeared? And we were like, damn, that's crazy. But we're still just kind of looking like, what the fuck is that? And like a couple of minutes go by and poof, that shit disappeared.
Was it like meanwhile it's just like a like plastic bag floating through the air?
But
Just somebody grabbed it.
But it was as high in the sky as an airplane.
Oh shit. Okay, so
Okay.
it wasn't just like on top of you.
No, it wasn't just on top of us. It was like literally like, it was as high in the sky as an airplane. It was not an airplane. I don't think it was a UFO. I do not know what it was. Okay. But I definitely, when he said, what if that shit disappeared? We kind of had a chuckle about it because we didn't think it was any type of like craft or anything because it didn't look like any type of machinery. But the shit it disappeared like in a puff of smoke. disappeared. We were like, whoa, what the fuck was that? I gotta call this dude and talk to him about this, see if he remembers that shit.
We need him on the podcast right now.
Get him on the podcast. I know. What about you? Have you ever seen anything that you can't explain like that?
Well, you know what? I actually do have a story. And I've actually never told anybody about this.
Okay.
So this one time I was really young and I was in the woods. And it was the middle of the night. And then this like beam came down from the sky. And then I started like floating. And then I was
fucking with me. I could see on your face. I'm like, this motherfucker.
And then I was anally probed.
Your eyes were too big, bro. I saw straight through that story.
Yeah. No, the only thing that's ever happened to me that I was kind of like, what the fuck happened? So I went for supper at my grandparents' place. And by the time I left, it was, like dark. And I was living about like 30 minutes away. So I was driving and then like everything was like pitch black. Like there was just basically the lights on the road and just pitch black. Cars in front of me and stuff. Anyway, so there was just random just light in the sky. Light in the sky. Light in the sky. Light in the sky. It was like turning on off like a flash, like a room light.
Right.
And like it was so fucking crazy that all the cars that were driving on the highway like pulled over because everybody was like, what is happening?
Mm-hmm.
And then lights, like even the like street lights turned off. So I don't know if it was like a transformer that flew up,
right,
or what, but like the lights came back. So I'm like, it might not be a transformer. Anyways, that's the only thing that's kind of weird that happened to me.
Yeah.
That I can't really explain.
And I know that like the U.S. government had recently some like big debriefing about.
They declassified a bunch of documents.
Yeah, but I haven't looked into any of it, so I was gonna like comment on that, but I didn't look into anything that they said, so I don't know. Like, but also I haven't seen like any huge headlines either, so I'm guessing nothing major came from those declassification of archives and stuff.
Maybe we should read them. We might be the info source, the people that bring the news to the people. Did we just become an alien podcast?
I think we did.
I mean, space travel is still travel.
You got a great fucking point. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The thing is,
talking planets.
Dude, I love space so much that I would wholeheartedly be okay with a space travel segment. People out there, if you guys would like that, for us to do our own like little bro science research, we could do like a 5-minute like, this is the one cool space fact that we just found. Let us know. Hit us up in the comments and let us know if you want that from us.
So this content might be more popular once, like the Richard Bransons, the Elon Musk, the Bezos, once we have access to the outer space, that's somewhat affordable.
Are you going to do it?
We're going to fucking blow up.
We might not make it back. I wholeheartedly, if I could afford it, I would go to space.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
100%.
fuck, why not?
Yeah, why not? Right.
Yeah. Like for me, I guess I think of like, the past, future, and like thinking of like, like I'm going to have kids one day and one day they're going to be like, oh my God, what was it like living without blank? Like, for example, like, our parents, when they had us, like living without the internet or living out, like, what I mean? Just other inventions. So like for us, is the thing that we lived without, is it going to be knowing that aliens exist? Or, contacting aliens? Who fucking knows?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, bro. There's a saying, you're too young to have, damn it. Never mind. I'm going to butcher. I don't remember what.
Is English not your first language?
No, I just don't remember the quote. It was something like too young to have seen the first bit of space, too old. I don't remember. But it's basically where we are right now in history. Like we won't be able to explore space, but we also were too late to have seen the first, like, man, I don't remember. Never mind. Somebody out there is like, it's this.
Brandon's a fucking idiot. Just comment. Like,
Right,
we're
yeah.
cool. We don't know everything.
Did you want me to talk about my music at all, or?
No, because I think that's another episode. We got like 40 minutes on that, like at least.
No. Dude, that's
Okay,
the great thing about these type of like episodes is like you can come on with a goal, but if it's the conversations will just be so good. It's like, damn, we started on one tangent, we just kind of went down that path, and here we are, you know?
I love it, man. I think it is genius of you to bring that up.
Yeah, most definitely. Happy hour time.
Hey guys, that's all the time we have for this week. We'll catch you, I guess, next week.
Yeah.
And yeah, comment if you want more space content. Hashtag space travel.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening to Two Beers Till Takeoff. Do you want free additional content or just to stay connected with the show? Then give us a follow on our social media platform. That means TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of them. Are you in need of podcast production services, video editing, or anything in between? Then look no further than Strut Sound Productions, the official producer of the Two Beers Till Takeoff podcast. Music produced by Alex Gagne. Check out his work in our show notes. Voiceover done by Viking Leoke. See you next week on Two Beers Till Takeoff.